Yeah, I know. I'm a few days late reporting on this or even talking about it, and probably on both of these topics that I'm about to talk about. The first one is Dave Filoni's promotion to Chief Creative Officer. Now, that sounds promising. Sounds very promising, in fact. And I'll get a little bit more into that here in just a little bit. The second topic I want to talk about is the Rey movie. The new Jedi Order movie, as it will be likely called. And we'll talk about some of the controversy surrounding that and what Dave Filoni's role may be in that and how the story might play out. Also, a little bit of tidbits at the end of the video about why I think this could be different than the sequel trilogy. And before I go on, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, hit the like button to like the video and help it get spread across the fandom, the Star Wars fandom, and share the video with some friends. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, let's start off with the Dave Filoni news of being promoted to Chief Creative Officer. I think that's what it's called. Hang on a second. Let me make sure of that. I don't want to misspeak here. Chief Creative Officer, yes, Dave Filoni. So does that mean Lieutenant Creative Officer or Captain Creative Officer? No, it means Chief Creative Officer. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And why do I like it? Because Dave Filoni is the closest thing we're going to get to George Lucas ever. Sorry, guys. He trained under George Lucas and learned a lot from him and knows how Star Wars is supposed to go. He knows how the stories are supposed to be. Now, wait a minute. Don't go running off screaming, crying that, this guy's a shill for Dave Filoni or whatever. Because, yes, Dave Filoni does retcon some of the novel parts. But look at the stuff he's retconned. It's nothing important. The color of Ahsoka's lightsaber, sure, that might seem important to us, but we're super nerds and we pay attention to that kind of stuff. Yes, it's upsetting to us, and it should be because Ahsoka now has white lightsabers. In the novel Ahsoka, she had green lightsabers, and in the Clone Wars Season 7, she had blue lightsabers, and she fought Maul in a completely different place on Mandalore than she had in the novel. Okay? These are minor details, not to us, but to casual fans. Casual fans aren't reading the novels, and they could care less what color Ahsoka's lightsabers were in the novels. They also don't care where she fought Maul. In Clone Wars Season 7, did she fight Maul? Yeah. Did she capture him? Hell yeah. She won. Okay? Where's the problem? I don't see a problem with it. Not much of a problem. I mean, sure, it's a little disturbing that Dave Filoni didn't pay closer attention to detail in that, but it's whatever. At this point, it's done. It's said and done. We can't sit here and bitch about it all day. Oh, wait, I forgot who I was talking to. I'm talking to the Star Wars fandom. We bitch about things for years after they're done. We're still bitching about A New Hope, and that came out in 1977, 40 plus years ago. And we're still complaining about parts of it. We're still complaining about the prequels, which came out starting in 1995, 24 years ago, almost 25 at this point. It's crazy how we act. We need to stop. We need to stop being like that. Just let it flow. Now, do I think Dave Filoni is going to stop at Chief Creative Officer? No, hell no. I don't think that's the end for him. I feel like he's being groomed for something greater. Now, think of it this way. George Lucas got old, wanted to retire so he could enjoy more time with his kid. Cool. He's getting old. He's not going to be able to carry on Star Wars forever. I know everybody thinks George Lucas needs to come back to Star Wars. He needs to own it again or whatever. And I hate saying everybody because it's just a few people who are really loud and obnoxious about it. But he can't come back and do it because he's old. He's not going to be able to do it forever. He might be able to do it for right now, but he won't be able to do it, so let's say 10 years from now when he's in his 90s. You think George Lucas is going to want to make Star Wars films and shows? No. So we need somebody younger. We got Kathllen Kennedy, who's slightly younger than George Lucas. Not much, but slightly. And she's also getting older. She's gained 10 plus years since the purchase of Lucasfilm from Disney. So where's she going to be in another 10 years? Ready to retire. Hopefully sooner than that for some people, but where is she going to retire to, and who is going to be the one to take over for her? Is it going to be Carrie Black, who stayed in the same position for a while? Nah, probably not. It's probably going to be Dave Filoni, who keeps jumping up and jumping up. And now Dave Filoni is involved with every Star Wars project at the beginning. That's his new role. At the beginning, at its inception, not brought in later after the script's already written and they're wanting his advice on a couple things. No, they're going to get his advice on everything now, from the time it's decided on until it releases. This is a good thing. And also, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, so sorry for stopping in the middle here so abruptly. I am working on a new project, and that is a new channel. I love telling stories, creating stories, writing stories, and telling them. That's what I went to school for. And I don't want to be stuck to just talking about Star Wars in those, and I also don't want to bog you guys down with stuff that isn't Star Wars, so I created another channel just for my horror and comedy writings and stuff. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Go check out that channel. It's called Storytime. Let me know what you think. I have a few stories on there already. You might have seen them on my community wall lately, but go check them out. I'll leave a link down below. And no, I'm not going to abandon my Star Wars channel. This is my primary focus. That's just a fun side hobby that I'm working on. Took me a little bit to get it up and running and everything, and I've been concentrating on that. But now I'm back and doing more Star Wars content. So let's move on, shall we? All right, so Dave Filoni now in charge of everything from the inception of a story to the production of it. Okay, cool. That means he's in on the Rey stuff. And no, he's not going to retcon the sequel trilogy like everybody wants. Okay, I hate saying everybody. I've said that too many times. Like a lot of people want. They want him to retcon the sequel trilogy. That's not going to happen. If anything, Dave Filoni is very good at taking stories beyond what we see in the movies and creating them to make them enhance the movies that we've seen. Remember how poorly the reception was for the prequel trilogy? Well, after the Clone Wars, everybody loved the prequel trilogy because it helped enhance it. And I feel like that's what he's going to do. A lot of people will say, no, there's no enhancing it. It just sucks. It's going to be horrible, blah, 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 blah. Grow up. And if you don't like the sequel trilogy, that's fine. I don't condone or condemn anybody for not liking things that I do like. And I don't condemn anybody for disliking things. Wait, did I say that already? You know what I mean? I don't condemn anybody for having a different opinion than what I have. It's stupid. We're all Star Wars fans, whether we just be fans of the first 6 movies in the Clone Wars, or we're just fans of the first 3 movies, or the second 3 movies, or the third 3 movies, or the independent movies, or the lots of series that have come out since then. We're all Star Wars fans. Now, with the Rey movie, let's talk about that, shall we? Okay, a lot of people are upset about the Rey movie being about the new Jedi Order and Rey being a Jedi Master, starting this new Jedi Order, so on and so forth. And, okay, I get it. I understand why you're upset. But guess what? Luke Skywalker is not being replaced. And I think that's a lot of what people are complaining about, is they think Luke Skywalker is being replaced because in the old Legends novels, he started the new Jedi Order. Well, that still happened in canon. Look at The Mandalorian Season 2. He's building his Jedi Academy there by recruiting Grogu. Then in the Book of Boba Fett, it shows his Jedi Academy being built by those spider-weird droids. So, yeah, Luke Skywalker's already building a Jedi Academy. Luke Skywalker is not going to live forever. The Force Awakens is 30 plus years after Return of the Jedi. And this new movie is 15 years after that. So that's 45 years that have passed. And Luke Skywalker is an old man. Well, he's dead now and he's a Force ghost. So who's to say he can't jump in and give some advice to Rey? Now, what does that mean for the Jedi Academy? It means it's doomed to fail. Look how little Luke Skywalker trained with Yoda on Dagobah. It was 6 months. He was there 6 short months, while Anakin Skywalker trained from 10 years old up into his 20s and was still considered old to start his training. Luke Skywalker was roughly 19 to 20 years old when he started his training. And no, I don't want to hear anybody go, actually, because I'm just rounding it up, okay? And no, I'm not sitting in a bathroom talking to you guys. This is my office. The walls are kind of bare right now, other than some lights behind me, and there's a bit of an echo. So I apologize for that. And I'm not going to sit here for 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get it out of there. Just going to have to deal with it. So, Daisy Ridley said that this story is not what she expected, and we're all going to be so excited for it. I hope she's right, and I think she may be, now that Dave Filoni is involved in everything from the beginning. You think Dave Filoni just got this promotion? I'm thinking it happened before Star Wars Celebration. That's what my own thoughts are on it, though. I don't know. We'll see. But back to it. Luke Skywalker only trained for about 6 months with Yoda. Rey only trained for maybe a year with Leia Organa. Now, that's not saying that Rey should have the same abilities as Luke Skywalker, because it's a bit different. Leia, most likely, is not the same kind of Jedi Master that Yoda was. So that inherently, in itself, gives Luke Skywalker an upper hand. And he still lost his Jedi Academy. Why? Because the Jedi that grew up in the old Jedi Order knew how to play politics. They knew how to get onto the Jedi Council. They knew how to stay in good graces with the Jedi Council. They knew how to get favorable jobs and positions and that sort of thing. When there's only one of you, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. You have no clue what kind of backbreaking and mind-bending labor is going to go into building a Jedi Academy. Starting it from scratch. No idea, because you've had no dealings with the politics involved, the backstabbing, the betraying, and all that. And yes, the dark side does rear its ugly head anytime it can, especially if it has a master that has not dealt with the dark side all that much. And so that means we are going to see another Jedi Order rise and another Jedi Order fall prematurely. It's not going to last 1,000 generations like the old Jedi Order, probably maybe 1 generation. And we'll see, because this is only going to be a one-off movie as far as we know so far. I guess it depends on how the box office numbers do, and I don't know, a lot of you are going to say it's going to fail, it's going to fail, it's going to fail. Well, look here, Nostradamus, we don't know that yet. It might be successful, and it might fail. We don't know, do we? Can't tell the future. But Rey herself, Daisy Ridley, is excited for this role. She's excited to return to Star Wars. The reception she got at the Star Wars Celebration over the announcement of this movie was overwhelmingly positive. A lot of people want to see a Rey movie. They just aren't talking to you guys about it because you're kind of dicks about it. All right, so I'm getting worked up. I need to probably calm down a little bit and go ahead and end this video. I'm excited to see what happens with the Rey movie, if it actually happens. That's another thing I like to bitch about, is that they announce too many projects prior to even starting production on them, and then they wind up not happening, and we're like, where that at? The Lando series, where that at? Knights of the Old Republic remake, where that at? They're not there. We're not seeing them. So anyways, I'm going to stop bitching now and get off here. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video with some friends, and go check out my other channel if you like creepy dark horror and a little bit of comedy. Go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you all for watching. This is Gerald, a Star Wars fanatic, signing off, wishing you all great health, happiness, and peace. Thank you all for watching, and remember, this is the way, and positivity in Star Wars can be the only way.